This is honestly the most important thing that you need to learn and get and concrete in if you are serious about creating a life that you're crazy about. I don't care if the goal is to create millions of dollars. I don't care if the goal is to attract in the love of your life, if the goal is to have kids and a home and whatever it is. This one thing, if you can get that, the rest takes care of itself. Hey guys, Stephanie Sinclair here, neurometaphysicist, and I help bridge the gap between science and spirituality so that you could live a life that you absolutely love. I've been living this life, not just teaching this life. I've created two highly successful businesses, one multi seven figures, one multi six figures, on its way to being scaled to $100 million plus company. And so I live this life. This really is who I am. And today I want to have a conversation with you about really what the key is to that. Like, we make all these videos, we give all these insights, we give all these tips, but what is at the core of everything? And this video was inspired by a lunch I had today, and we were talking about, like, what is that magic thing about me and why are people attracted to me, and this conversation that we're having, right? And I was talking about my energy, and they said something. I'm like, this is true. And it led me to this video, and I was like, let's dive in. So one of the things that people ask me all the time is that, why are people attracted to you? Why is it that every business you create, people are there, people show up, people are in it? And I always knew it was me, it was my energy, but a better word is my congruence. I am congruent. I am exactly who I am, whether you're seeing me here on video, whether you saw me on stage, whether you came to one of my events, whether you saw me in a grocery store. I am exactly who I am. And I'm very congruent. I don't teach a thing and live something else. I didn't teach a thing to learn a thing. I lived a thing. And then once my life produced the fruit, then I began to share it with other people after, not even just because, after I went back and got my master's degree and PhD so that I could come with the science and the spirituality background to teach you, not just from my life, but from what I know educationally. I live a congruent life. And a lot of people don't get what the congruence is. And what makes you congruent is your self identity. Early on, I never had the problem with this identity of I wasn't good enough, I don't deserve it, all those things. But ultimately, that's what a lot of people are dealing with. If you are looking to have a life where everything you desire is yours, where you have everlasting love with a romantic partner, you have friends and connections and a network that is always there for you and supportive and loving kids, a home that you love, the money, the business, or the career, you want the specific corporate position. Your identity, how you identify, your self-concept is the most important thing. And so even if I had little things within my life that I needed to kind of fix my beliefs around, my self-concept has always included I'm worthy and deserving. I am worthy and deserving of whatever is good. I recently made a video talking about the fact that that everything God has for me is good. I ultimately believe that everything that's good in this world is available to me and I deserve. I don't believe that there is any worthiness quotient that needs to be hit. I don't believe that it has to look a certain way, it has to come a certain way. I believe that I am absolutely worthy and deserving because I am made in the image and likeness of God. And everything that's God is abundant. I truly believe that. And so it's very important that you develop a self-concept, that you create an identity that aligns with what you want. See, a lot of you have low self-esteem. you are still dealing with and not even trying to heal from things that have happened in your childhood, things your parents have said to you, your civic leaders, something another little girl or a little boy said to you in school. You're still dealing with that, and you allow those things to paint and color who you are and paint and color your self-concept. And ultimately, if you have this underlying belief that you're not worthy of a thing yet, like you want to have this thing, but there's something you have to be in order to attain this. You won't have this even if you see yourself with it. These are the little keys that when people are talking about manifestation, they're missing these pieces because it's a misalignment that's there. You have to literally see yourself as the person who has it, is deserving, and worthy of it. Full stop. No questions asked. So how do you begin to lean into this, or how do you even know if this is an issue? If you're a person who look at other people and say, oh, they don't deserve that, or if you have a person that see something and you're like, rich people are evil, or they don't deserve it, or you see a wealthy person and you're like, oh, but they don't help others. In your mind, see, we judge other people based upon our conditioning. We judge other people based upon what we see is true. I have literally never looked at a wealthy person and said, oh, they should be giving their money away. Why? Because I don't see a should around anything. I don't believe that there should be a certain way that you should handle wealth if you're wealthy. I don't believe that there's a certain way that you should handle your marriage or your partner if you're partnered. There isn't a should. You are worthy of the love of your partner, period. You are worthy of wealth, period. Even if you never give any money away. Even if you never do anything good for another person. And a lot of you color what you receive in your life with these stipulations. And you color it because when you look at other people who have it, you put your perceived stipulations on them. You project. So what your heart really truly feels and sees is true. When you think about it consciously, you may say, oh, I don't have any. I think I'm worthy. I think I'm deserving. I don't think that there's a stipulation. But when you see someone else with it and they don't live up to what you think they should, that's when you can really see what the murmurs of your heart is. That's when you can really see what your programming around that thing is. And all you got to do is, like, when you see something on social media, go to the comments. See something about someone wealthy, go to the comments, and you will see literally 90 to 95 of the comments will be conversations like, oh, they don't deserve it. They don't pay their employees good enough. They don't give enough of it away. You can see a post where they've literally given something away and people will say, well, about time, but they really should give more, because the murmurs of your heart come through in your judgments of others. We know what your heart really truly feels. We know what's going on in your subconscious based upon your judgment of others. So when you have a self-concept that you deserve all good things just because, you are not projecting onto other people, well, if you have this, you should XYZ, because there is no should. There's no should. Period. You deserve wealth because you deserve love because, like, think about it. Like, think about if you see someone, I see this regularly on social media and it's quite disgusting. If you see someone that you feel maybe isn't attractive to you, if you see someone who maybe they're overweight or underweight, and you see them with somebody that you think is super attractive, if you go to the comments, it's always, oh, they must be with them for fill in the blank. Oh, this must be for press. Oh, this must be for blah, blah, blah. Because you even put conditions on who's deserving of love. We literally put conditions around everything. And the reality is, everyone is deserving of love just because. I don't care how pretty or how ugly you see them, how fat or skinny you see them, how mean, how hateful you see them. They deserve love. They deserve love. And this is when you can see your own prejudices with other people They're actually about you. So then you feel like you have to look a certain way in order to deserve love, or to deserve love with a person that looks like the person they're with. This is how you know you have developed that. And so first thing is to go back to the core of knowing that God lives in you as you. And if God lives in you as you, there are no conditions around God. God says something was, and it is. God didn't say, let there be light, only if it's between these hours. God said, let there be light, period. God said, let there be stars in the sky. Not let there be stars in the sky at night, because the truth is stars are in the sky all the time. Let there be stars in the sky. You have to recognize that as God living in you, as a holy being, as a holy creature, you're deserving of all those things: the sun, the moon, the night, the day, the dark, the night, the day, the light. You're deserving of everything, all the abundance that there is for you, just because God said so. And when you can work to develop this self-concept and work to develop this identity of all good things are for me, because God lives in me as me, we'll quit projecting those judgments onto other people. And we will begin to actually have all things, because we're one with those things. There's no conditions to these things. They just are. So that's the goal, is to work to see ourselves, see an identity of ourselves as a person who, it's not like this cute idea that they have success. It's not this cute idea that they have love. It's not this cute idea they have an amazing family. It is just because. And when you work towards that, you'll start seeing those things really be in the physical 3D easily. All things will start coming to you. I notice that the more I get into a judgmental place, the less it feels like I'm getting blessed. And I have to come back and remind myself of who I am and whose I am. Then there's nothing to judge. And the blessings resume. So if you found yourself not really creating in the way you desire, or maybe you have been and it seems like it's starting to dry out, check yourself. Check your judgments. Judgments of others is judgments for yourself. And check the conditions you've made around the success, conditions you've made around the health, conditions you've made around the love. Where you find the conditions, that's where you have created this identity of it has to look like this. And you're not good enough, just as you are. All right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to go. Oh, let me not forget, October 7th here in Atlanta, Ready for More. I'm having the Ready for More live event. If you're at a space where you're really ready to create, co-create, and manifest more in your life, more love, more money, more health, more peace, more joy, you want to be in the place. Tickets are $111. Actually, I was going to announce the place. I'm going to wait to announce the place, but we have a beautiful space. There are a limited number of tickets. I am going to be announcing the last day to buy soon, as well as how close we are from the limited number of tickets, because I chose the tickets today as I was standing in the space, and I was like, oh, we're almost sold out already. So you want to make sure you grab your tickets. You can save if you buy two. So tickets are 111. I want to say two are 200. So head over to the schoolofquantumliving.com and then click on Ready for More to grab your tickets. I'll also put the links somewhere, and I know I'll see you in the place. Bye.